still sleeping on the left side of the mattress, leaving space for a ghost that isn't there. The coffee's getting cold in your favorite ceramic, and I'm still talking to the empty air. I trace the dust where your pictures used to hang. Now it's just shadows and the faded outlines of a frame. The floorboards groan like they're missing your step, and I'm drowning in the secrets that we never kept. Because quiet rooms hold echoes of the things you said. They're screaming in the hallway and they're dancing in my head. Every corner is a memory, every shadow is a why. I'm living in a house that's learning how to cry. Yeah, the silence is a symphony, a hollow bit of tune. 'Cause quiet rooms hold echoes, and I'm still hearing you. Found your hairbrush tucked behind the bathroom mirror. Still got a few strands of gold left in the bristles. I thought with time the blurry parts would get clearer, but the memory of your goodbye only whistles through the cracks in the door and the space in my chest. I'm a permanent resident of this lonely emptiness. I tried to turn the TV up to drown out the I love yous. I tried to buy some new curtains, maybe change the view, but the walls are made of everything we used to be. And now this house is just a cage built out of you and me. Yeah, yeah, these quiet rooms hold echoes of the things you said. They're screaming in the hallway and they're dancing in my head. Every corner is a memory, every shadow is a why. I'm living in a house that's learning how to cry. Yeah, the silence is a symphony, a hollow bit of tune. 'Cause quiet rooms hold echoes, and I'm still hearing you. Yeah, these quiet rooms hold echoes of the things you said. They're screaming in the hallway and they're dancing in my head. Every corner is a memory, every shadow is a why. I'm living in a house that's learning how to cry. Yeah, the silence is a symphony, a hollow bit of tune. 'Cause quiet rooms hold echoes, and I'm still hearing you. The radiator hums, but it's still cold. The stories in these walls are getting old. Just an echo, just an echo. The clock on the mantle is a rhythmic heart, beating for a house that's been torn apart. I've counted every second since you walked out the door. Now I'm pacing patterns in the hardwood floor. The moonlight is cold, a pale silver blade, cutting through the promises that we both made. I'm wearing your sweater just to feel the weight of a love that arrived and left it to fade. They say that the darkness is when the soul heals, but they don't understand how this emptiness feels. I've stared at the ceiling till the plaster turned gray, waiting for the sun to wash the ghosts away. But the shadows are heavy, they stick to my skin, reminders of where you end and I begin. The kettle is whistling a low, lonely cry to a kitchen that's forgotten the word hide. And the stars are just pinpricks in a velvet shroud. I'm screaming your name, but it's never quite loud enough to break through this heavy midnight blue. And I'm still waiting for morning to break the spell, stuck in the silence of this private living hell. The shadows are long and the air is so thin, I'm opening doors just to let the cold in. Every forever we whispered at night is fading away with the lack of the light. Yeah, I'm shivering here, mourning what's gone, still waiting for morning that never comes on. Found a receipt in the pocket of my coat from the night in December, a small crumpled note. You wrote, "See you soon," with a heart by your name. Now that ink is a spark, but I'm missing the flame. The streetlights outside are flickering out, replacing my hope with a festering doubt. The world is asleep while I'm wide awake, measuring how much a spirit can break. Is it 3 a.m. or is time just a lie? How many hours does it take for a memory to die? I'm reaching for your hand in the space where it lay, but I'm just grasping at ghosts in a masquerade. Come back with the dawn, or just don't come at all. I'm tired of watching the shadows climb up the wall. Yeah, I'm still waiting for morning to break the spell, stuck in the silence of this private living hell. The shadows are long and the air is so thin, I'm opening doors just to let the cold in. Every forever we whispered at night is fading away with the lack of the light. Yeah, I'm shivering here, mourning what's gone, still waiting for morning that never comes on. The sky's turning purple, a bruise in the east, but the sun doesn't bring any sense of peace. Just another day without you here. Still waiting, still waiting. I watched the light change on the bedroom wall, waiting for a sound. It never came at all. You were sitting there just 2 feet away, but your heart was already miles from the fray. I reached for your hand and I caught the air. You looked right through me like I wasn't there. The tea in your mug, it gone bitter and cold, like the tired out stories we'd already told. You hadn't packed a single bag or key, but I could feel the distance growing between you and me. The warmth in your eyes had been replaced by a gray, a slow motion exit, a quiet decay. I was fighting a war that was already lost, counting the minutes and fearing the cost, before you even stood up to walk out the door. The person I loved wasn't there anymore. It's a hollow kind of haunting when the ghost is still breathing. It's the heaviest silence when you're watching the leaving, because your shadow left first. You couldn't wait for the sun. It saw the end coming before we were done. You were still in the kitchen, still sharing my bed, but the light had gone out and the spirit had fled. Now I'm chasing a silhouette, a trick of the light, trying to hold on to what vanished from sight. Yeah, I'm left with the body, but I'm dying of thirst, 'cause the soul moved away and your shadow left first. 3 weeks later, in the house of the tomb, the scent of your perfume still hangs in the room, but it's a cruel kind of mercy, a beautiful lie, like a sunset that's burning before it can die. I see you in shop windows, I hear you in crowds, but it's just my imagination painting the clouds. I'm living in the after, but I'm stuck in the then, trying to figure out where the darkness began. Did you rehearse the goodbye in the back of your mind? Did you leave me in pieces just to see what you'd find? Was the fire already out while I was feeding the flame? Now I'm screaming at shadows that don't have a name. I'm a prisoner of almost, a victim of weight, in a house that is empty, sealed by just an outline now, a shape on the floor. I'm still reaching, but you're not behind the door. Your shadow left, and I'm just learning to live in that dark. table's shrinking, or maybe it's just me. I'm staring at the geometry of misery. I set 2 plates from habit, then I put 1 back away. It's the hardest part of getting through the slow decay of day. The wood is polished mahogany, reflecting back the moon, but it's missing the vibration of your gentle humming tune. I remember how you leaned there with a glass of red in hand, telling me the secrets that we both planned. Now the upholstery is perfect, not a single wrinkle shown. The cruelest kind of quiet I have ever known. I catch myself waiting for the sound of your key, but the only thing that's moving is the winter in the trees. The dust settles down like a shroud on the floor, and I'm just a man who doesn't count anymore. Because there's an empty chair at night where your laughter used to lean. It's the loudest thing in every room, the ghost inside the machine. Now I'm talking to the velvet, I'm pleading with the air, but there's no one left to listen in that hollowed out square. My heart is just a tenant in a house that's lost its light, and I'm dying in the shadow of that empty chair at night. I try to move it to the corner, try to hide it in the hall, but the space where you should be is written on the wall. Every time I close my eyes, I see you sitting there with the lamplight catching gold inside the tangles of your hair. It's a physical ache, a weight I can't move, stuck in the middle of a broken-hearted kid. Maybe I should burn it, maybe throw it in the street, but it's the only place your memory and my sorrow ever meet. It's an altar to the used to be, a throne for all my regret, a constant wooden promise that I haven't moved on yet. Look at this space, look at this hole. It's the shape of the canyon inside of my soul. Yeah, there's an empty chair at night where your laughter used to lean. It's the loudest thing in every room, the ghost inside the machine. Now I'm talking to the velvet, I'm pleading with the air, but there's no one left to listen in that hollowed out square. My heart is just a tenant in a house that's lost its light, and I'm dying in the shadow of that empty chair at night, of that empty chair at night. The candles burning low, the shadows start to grow. Still waiting for a seat, still feeling the defeat. Just wood and fabric the echo of you. Found the letter tucked inside the drawer of things I don't touch. Back when I love you didn't feel like it was asking for too much. The paper's turning yellow, getting brittle at the seam, just like the architecture of our broken down dream. I trace the loops of your letters, the way you crossed every T. A blue ink blueprint of the girl who used to love me. But the edges are blurring where I held it in the rain, and the salt from my eyes is washing out your name. It's getting harder to read the promises you made, they're retreating into the fibers, beginning to fade out. I'm losing the curve of your smile in my mind, like a vessel out at sea that the light can't find. And I'm terrified of the day when the page goes white, and I'm left standing here in the middle of the night. Because we're fading like old ink on a weathered piece of soul, watching the parts of us lose their sense of the whole. The forever is great, the always is thin. I'm losing the battle to the ghost under my skin. Every memory's a smudge, every word is a blur. I'm reaching for the man I was and the ghost of who you were. Yeah, we're fading, fading like old ink. I try to rewrite the lines, try to trace them again, but you can't fix a heartbeat with a dying ballpoint pen. The more I try to hold on, the more the colors bleed, until the story of us is a book no one can read. I'm staring at a blank space where your signature should stay, just watching the best of us evaporate away. Is this how it ends? Just a stain on the sheet, a history of us that is bitter and incomplete. I'm screaming at the paper, I'm begging the page to stop the ticking of the clock and the rusting of my age. Don't disappear, don't leave me with nothing. I'd rather have the pain than to lose the sting of something. Because we're fading like old ink on a weathered piece of soul, watching the parts of us lose their sense of the whole. The forever is great, the always is thin. I'm losing the battle to the ghost under my skin. Every memory's a smudge, every word is a blur. I'm reaching for the man I was and the ghost of who you were. Yeah, we're fading, fading like old ink, just a smudge on the paper, just a whisper in the hall. I can't see your face, I can't see anything at all. Gone, faded, faded. The sun's sinking down like a stone in a well, and I'm bracing for the hours of this custom-made hell. I used to love the twilight, the way the light would blur. But that was back when we was the only word there were. Now the dusk is a warning, a shadow on the floor, the heavy kind of lonely that's waiting at the door. I reach for the lamp, but I leave it on the dim, thinking about the empty space where your ghost used to swim. There's a silence in the hallway that's louder than a scream. It's the shrapnel of a promise from a dead and buried dream. I'm checking my phone just to see a blank screen, living in the wreckage of the things we didn't mean. The pillows are cold and the sheets are too wide. There's nowhere for a broken man left to hide. I'm checking the locks and I'm killing the light, but I'm losing the battle to the coming of the night. And the moon is a witness to the tears I can't shed, to the unspoken eulogy circling my head. Because there are no more good nights, just long dark hours, watching the rot in the garden of our flowers. No more sleep tight, or I'll see you in the morning. Just a black and white static of a love without a warning. Every star is a goodbye burning in the blue. I'm dying in the darkness while I'm reaching for you. Yeah, the sun may go down, but the pain only powers. There are no more good nights, just long dark hours. I found your old book by the side of the bed, with the corner turned down on the lines that we read. It's a cruel kind of bookmark, a frozen in time reminder of a mountain we no longer climb. The clock on the wall has a malicious kind of tick, making the seconds feel heavy and the silence feel thick. I'm tired of the hour using time will heal the sting when I'm strangled by the memory of a stolen wedding ring. I don't want the dawn if it doesn't bring you back. I'd rather stay forever in this fathomless black. Turn off the moon, blow out the stars. I'm a prisoner of love behind invisible bars. Because there are no more good nights, just long dark hours, watching the rot in the garden of our flowers. No more sleep tight, or I'll see you in the morning. Just the black and white static of a love without a warning. Every star is a goodbye burning in the blue. I'm dying in the darkness while I'm reaching for you. Yeah, the sun may go down, but the pain only powers. There are no more good nights, just long dark hours. Just hours. Just shadows on the wall, just waiting for the ceiling to fall. Good night, my love, wherever you are. The cold rack's holding nothing but a heavy kind of air, and I'm still stepping around the ghost of you that's standing there. The kitchen floor is cold enough to freeze a memory hole. I'm digging through the wreckage of a half-empty soul. You took the records, took the plants, you even took the light, and left me with the black and white of another Tuesday night. I used to hate the static on the broken radio, but now it's like a lullaby, the only friend I know. Because the sound of nothing is a violent crashing wave. It's the rhythm of a heart that's learning how to behave. I check the mailbox just to find it starving for a word, but the only thing I'm hearing is the song of the secrets and shifting desert sand. Because the laughter's gone, the fights have all moved out. There's nothing left to scream about and nothing left to doubt. I'm living in the echo of a love that went away, in the hollow bitter remains of a shattered yesterday. You took your voice, you took your name, you left me in the gray. And now the only thing that doesn't leave is the silence that stays. Yeah, only silence stays behind. Found a bobby pin yesterday beneath the bathroom rug. It felt just like a lightning bolt, a sudden electric tug. I held it like a diamond till my palm began to bleed. But it's a useless little relic of a life I no longer lead. The dust is building cathedrals on the shelves where you were kept. I'm counting up the hours since the last time that I slept. To feel something warm, this noise, this world is strangling the beat of my heart. It's tearing every fiber and every dream apart. How can nothing be so heavy? How can empty be so full? I'm drowning in the quiet and I'm losing all my pull. Nothing left to doubt. I'm living in the echo of a love that went away, in the hollow bitter remains of a shattered yesterday. You took your voice, you took your name, you left me in the gray. And now the only thing that doesn't leave is the silence that stays. Yeah, only silence stays behind. Just silence. Can you hear it? It's getting louder. Only silence. The sky turned a bruised and heavy shade of blue the minute I realized I was living without you. I'm watching the droplets race down the pane, like they're trying to wash out the memory of your name. I used to find comfort in the storm's low hum, back when I knew exactly where your heart was coming from. Now it's just a cold and rhythmic beat on a house that's forgotten the feeling of your heat. The steam from my coffee is vanishing in air, just like the promises we made when we were a pair. I see my reflection in the darkened glass, watching the ghosts of our summer past. The garden is drowning, the roses about. I'm screaming your name, but the thunder's too loud. Every strike of the lightning is a flash of your face, reminding me I'm just a man out of place. And the clouds are gathering like lead in my chest. I'm a homeless heart that can never find rest, because it's just rain on the windowsill, crying for me. A liquid reminder of what used to be. The glass is a barrier, the silence is a wall. I'm waiting for the water, the ceiling to fall. You're out in the world parts of us just erode away. It's a hollow, heavy kind of chill, just rain on the windowsill. I try to close the curtains, try to hide from the view, but the sound of the storm always brings me to you. It's in the dripping of the leaves and the soaking of the wood, the bitter realization that we're gone for good. The leak in the roof is a slow, steady drip, like the grip of your fingers starting to slip. Wash it all away, the nights and the years. Flood the whole house with the weight of these tears. I don't wanna see where we carved our initials. I don't wanna hear the goodbye whistles. Let the river rise up and carry me home to a place in the dark where I'm finally alone. Is a barrier, the silence is a wall. I'm waiting for the water or the ceiling to fall. You're out in the world while I'm stuck in the gray, watching the best parts of us just erode away. It's a hollow, heavy kind of chill, just rain on the windows. Still missing you. The sky won't clear, and neither will I. I'm sitting at the desk where we used to plan our lives, before the sharpened edge of silence became our kitchen knives. I found a stack of envelopes tied with a faded piece of twine, back when your handwriting was tangled up in mine. I tried to read the words you wrote on that night in late July, but the ink is starting to run away, and I think I know why. The stamps are from a city where we said we'd finally settle. Now I'm just crushing dried up roses, counting every petal. Your I love you is a smudge of blue across a yellow page, a prisoner of a memory inside a paper cage. I try to write a reply, but the words just won't arrive. How do you tell a ghost that you're barely still alive? And the salt is hitting the stationery like heavy winter rain, blurring out the promises and drowning out the pain. Because there are tears on paper letters where your promises used to be, washing out the forever that you swore you'd give to me. The ink is bleeding into ghosts, the lines are falling down. I'm a king of nothing, wearing a hollow paper crown. Every teardrop is a chapter that I can't bring myself to close. Yeah, tears on paper letters, and that's just how the story goes. I found the one you sent when you said you needed space. I can still see the shaking of your hand across that empty white space. The vowels are all distorted and the consonants are blurred. I'm choking on the echoes of every single unsaid word. I'm folding up my heart and sliding it inside. you're just a signature, now a fading blue ink trace. While I'm drowning in the silence of this empty, hollow place. It's just paper, it's just paper, but it's all that I have left of the man you used to help. Because there are tears on paper, letters where your promises used to be, washing out the forever that you swore you'd give to me. The ink is bleeding in a ghost, the lines are falling down. I'm a king of nothing, wearing in a hollow paper crown. Every teardrop is a chapter that I can't bring myself to close. Yeah, tears on paper, letters, and that's just how the story goes. The ink is gone, the page is white. I'm turning off the lamp on us tonight. Just here, just I woke up early, reach across the cold expanse of sheet, expecting your warmth, but finding only bitter defeat. The sun is coming up like it's just another day, but the colors feel brittle and the skies have turned to gray. I didn't know the sunset yesterday was a final curtain call. I didn't know that one last kiss was the meaning of it all. Your coffee cup is sitting where you left it on the stand, a porcelain ghost of a life we hadn't planned. I'm looking at the calendar, I'm circling the day between the man I was and this new and heavy stay. We talked about next summer, we bought tickets for the show, but forever's got a deadline that I wasn't meant to know. And the world keeps on spinning like it doesn't even care that I'm suffocating slowly on this empty morning air. Because yesterday was our last, always our final. I'll be there now. I'm wandering through hallways filled with nothing but a stare. The bridge has been dismantled, the anchor's been cut loose. I'm trying to find a reason, but there's simply no excuse. I didn't say goodbye cause I didn't see the light fade. Now I'm mourning every memory that we ever made. Yeah, yesterday was our last, and I'm stuck in the past. I checked my phone for messages, I played your last voicemail just to hear the way you laughed before the ship began to sail. You sounded so happy, so certain of the dawn. Now that voice is just a ghost since the moment you were gone. I'm replaying every second, searching for the crack, but there's no way to go forward and there's no way to go back. Why did the clock keep ticking when the world began to end? How can I face a future where I'm not your only friend? I would have held you longer, I would have stayed awake if I knew how many pieces a beating heart could break. It's unfair, it's hollow, it's quiet and it's cruel. I'm just a broken-hearted king of a lonely, empty school. yesterday. It was only yesterday. We had time. Now today is all that's left, and today is far too long. The sun went down and took the colors from the floor. I'm sitting in the shadow of the handle on the door. I reached for the switch, but I couldn't find the spark. I guess I'm finally settling for living in the dark. You were the morning glory, you were the noonday heat. Now I'm just a frozen heart on a one-way street. The moon is a liar, just a reflection of the past, showing me the silhouettes that weren't meant to last. I trace the outline of your pillow with a shaking hand, like a shipwrecked sailor on a shore of black sand. The candles all gutted, the lanterns have all died, and there's nowhere left for a ghost like you to hide. And the darkness is a weight that's crushing every bone, reminding me that nothing ever feels as cold as being alone. Because there's zero light remaining here since you walked away. Just a midnight that is permanent in a sky of bruised of gray. I'm blinded by the memory of how bright we used to burn. Now I'm staring at lessons I never wanted to learn. The stars have gone to sleep and the world has disappeared, and the only thing that's left is the silence that I fear. Yeah, zero light remaining, and the dark is all I hear. I tried to paint a window on this windowless wall, but the paint just turned to ink and started to fall. I'm fumbling for a match with fingers made of stone, just a man in a cavern that he used to call home. Every I love you is a candle that was blown, leaving me shivering here on my hollow wooden throne. I'm dying for a flicker of a remembered morning kiss. I don't recognize the ceiling, I don't recognize the floor. I'm lost inside a room that doesn't have a door. Zero light remaining here since you walked away. Just a midnight that is permanent, a sky of bruised of gray. I'm blinded by the memory of how bright we used to burn. Now I'm staring at lessons I never wanted to learn. The stars have gone to sleep and the world has disappeared, and the only thing that's left is the silence that I feared. Yeah, zero light remaining, and the dark is all I without the light, Just me, just me. The steam stopped rising about an hour ago. I'm watching the clouds move incredibly slow. The Earl Grey is bitter, just a dark stagnant pool, reflecting a man who's a heartbroken fool. I still set the saucer on the side of the table where you tell me your day was a beautiful fable. But the chair is just wood and a velvet-lined space, and the sugar is missing the light of your face. Tuesday was always the day for us time, a low-key rhythm and a soft-spoken rhyme. Now the calendar's marking the silence I found. I'm tracing the patterns of dust on the ground. I took a small sip, but it froze in my chest, a chilling reminder that I'm failing the test of learning to live with the ghosts in the hall and watching the shadows climb up the wall. And the water is heavy and the honey is gone. I'm just a ghost waiting for some kind of dawn. Because it's cold tea on a Tuesday night, when nothing is warm and nothing is right. The cup is a mountain I can't seem to climb. I'm losing my flavor and running out of time. You were the fire and I was the brew. Now I'm just a liquid that's a missing, it's you. Yeah, cold tea on Tuesday, and the kettle is blue. And the kitchen is humming a mournful old tune beneath the cold gaze of a wintertime moon. I thought about dumping the cup in the sink, but it's the only connection I have left to think about how your fingers will wrap around the bone of this fragile vessel and leave it alone. Now the stain on the bottom is a map of my grief, and the bitterness offers no real relief. Break the ceramic, let it all shatter. If you're not here to drink it, then none of it matters. I'm drowning in lukewarm, I'm dying of thirst. Of all of the endings, this one is the worst. It's just a beverage, it's just a routine. So why does it feel like a sharp guillotine? Because it's cold tea on a Tuesday night, when nothing is warm and nothing is right. The cup is a mountain I can't seem to climb. I'm losing my flavor and running out of time. You were the fire and I was the brew. Now I'm just a liquid that's a missing, it's you. Yeah, cold tea on Tuesday, and the kettle is blue. It's cold now, just like me. Just tea, just Tuesday, just gone. Boxes are stayed like monuments in a hall to a kingdom we built just to watch the whole thing fall. I'm holding a picture, my thumb on your face, trying to memorize the light before I leave this place. Your keys are on the counter, they don't sing anymore. They're just cold pieces of metal on a porcelain floor. I thought if I held on, the bleeding would stop, but you can't save a glass once it started to dry. I've been sleeping in the guest room for a month or maybe 3, because our bed is a shrine to a man I used to be. I smell you in the towels, I hear you in the rain. It's a luxury of torture, a beautiful kind of pain. But the ghost in the mirror is starting to fade, and I'm choking on the debt of the promises we made. My knuckles are white from the grip of the ghost. I'm the last one at the party and the loneliest host. In the air is getting thin in this hollowed out chest. It's time to lay the forever to its final quiet rest. So I'll just let it go, let it slip through my hands like the crushing of the waves on the receding sands. I'll stop searching for why, and I'll stop chasing the light. I'm surrendering the ghost to the middle of the night. It's the heaviest thing I have ever had to do, to unclench my heart and just let go of you. Silences and empties, crowded with the past, with the shards of a mirror that wasn't meant to last. I watched the ink dry on the papers we signed, leaving us somewhere far, far behind. There's no blood on the floor, no theater in the end, just a slow motion break of a lover and a friend. So I'll just let it go, let it slip through my hands like the crushing of the waves on the receding sands. I'll stop searching for why, and I'll stop chasing the light. I'm surrendering the ghost to the middle of the night. It's the heaviest thing I ever had to do, to unclench my heart and just let go of you. Just let it go, let you. I am finally exhaling into the ship. Goodbye, forever, goodbye. Coffee's getting cold on the wooden stand, right beside the imprint of your hand. I'm still tracing lines in the empty air, trying to find the ghost of you still standing there. You said forever like it was a holy word, but now it's just the saddest thing I've ever heard. The silence in this hallway is getting way too loud. I'm looking for a sunlight break inside a heavy cloud, but the sky is gray and the keys are on the floor, and I can't tell what I'm breathing for anymore. Was I just a chapter you were passing through, a temporary harbor while your horizons grew? I built a home inside your heart, I thought I found the way, but you were just a traveler who wasn't gonna stay. Now I'm standing in the wreckage of a life we didn't make, watching every promise that you didn't mean to break. I loved you for a lifetime, but now I finally see you were just a beautiful storm, and you were never meant for me. I passed that old cafe where we first met. The rain was coming down, the sidewalk soaking wet. I almost reached for my phone to tell you, hey. Then I remembered you're 1,000 miles away. Not in distance, but in the way you look at me, like I'm a stranger in a movie you don't care to see. Yeah, the silence in this kitchen is a heavy kind of weight. I'm realizing now that I'm just a little bit too late to save a fire that you already let die without even the mercy of a real goodbye. Was I just a chapter you were passing through, a temporary harbor while your horizons grew? I built a home inside your heart, I thought I found the way, but you were just a traveler who wasn't gonna stay. Now I'm standing in the wreckage of a life we didn't make, watching every promise that you didn't mean to break. I loved you for a lifetime, but now I finally see you were just a beautiful storm, and you were never meant for me. Did you know it from the start when you held my hand? Did you plan to break my heart? Was I just a lesson? Was I just a place to land? How can you leave me here with nothing but the sand running through my fingers? Every memory lingers. You were never meant to stay. Just a chapter you were passing through, a temporary harbor while your horizons grew. I built a home inside your heart, I thought I found a way, but you were just a traveler who wasn't gonna stay. Now I'm standing in the wreckage of a life we didn't make, watching every promise that you didn't mean to break. I loved you for a lifetime, but now I finally see you were just a beautiful storm. Yeah, you were just a beautiful storm, and you were never meant for me, never meant for me. I was a home, you were just a breeze, never meant to stay. sun hits the floorboards, same as yesterday. I reach for the pillow where your head used to lay. My fingers find the cold and the emptiness stings, but it's a familiar way, the kind that routine brings. I don't even flinch when I hear your name. I've memorized the sting, I've mastered the game. They tell me that time is a healer, a friend, that eventually all of these heartaches will end. But I've grown quite fond of the dark in this room. I've learned how to flourish inside of the gloom. Because pain is a habit I don't wanna break. It's the only thing left of the love that we make. If I stop the hurt and then I lose you for good, I'd move on to someone else if I thought that I could. But I'm hooked on the sorrow, I'm drunk on the blue. This ache in my chest is my last link to you. It's a rhythm, a cycle, a debt I must pay. Pain is a habit and it won't go away. I go to the places where we used to go, sitting in the back row, putting on a show. People ask how I am and I give them a lie. I practiced, I'm fine with a bone dry eye, but inside I'm craving the burn of the tears. It's been my only constant through all of these years. I'm scared of the day when the memories fade, when I can't feel the cut of the blade that you made. So I sharpen the edges and I keep the wound wide. It's the only place left where you still get to hide. Because pain is a habit I don't wanna break. It's the only thing left of the love that we'd make. If I stop the hurt and then I lose you for good, I'd move on to someone else if I thought that I could. But I'm hooked on the sorrow, I'm drunk on the blue. This ache in my chest is my last link to you. It's a rhythm, a cycle, a debt I must pay. Pain is a habit and it won't go away. Is it healing if I don't wanna be healed? Is it freedom if I'm still out in the field, waiting for a ghost to come lead me back home? When I built a kingdom out of being alone, I'm addicted to the used to be. I'm a prisoner but I kept the key, and I threw it away. Yeah, this pain is a habit I don't wanna break. It's the beautiful price for a massive mistake. If I stop the hurting then I lose you for good, and I never forget you even if I should. So I'm hooked on the sorrow, I'm drunk on the blue. This ache in my chest is my last link to you. It's a rhythm, a cycle, a debt I must pay. Pain is a habit, yeah, it's just a habit. Morning coffee, bitter and black, wishing for the version of me before back. But I'll take the sting, I'll keep the sting. It's all I have left. Pain is a habit. Street lamps flicker like a dying spark. I'm tracing shadows in the deep and velvet dark. There's a silence in this room that I can't seem to break, a heavy kind of hollow that keeps my soul awake. I looked for your reflection in the glass upon the door, but you don't live behind these painted hallways anymore. So I pulled the curtains back to let the silver in, and let the cold night air press against my skin. The world is fast asleep, tucked beneath the floor, but I'm still here, standing at an open shore. And I'm talking to the moon like it can hear my name, asking why the stars all look exactly the same. Are you looking up? Are you feeling cold? Are you holding on to stories that we never told? I'm sending out a signal to the great unknown, hoping that I'm not the only one who's all alone. Yeah, I'm talking to the moon, just a ghost in the light, trying to find my way back to you tonight. They say the moon is just a rock, a desert in the sky, but it's the only friend I have who doesn't ask me why I'm still wearing the sweater that you left behind, why I'm still searching for a piece I'll never find. The craters look like scars that time forgot to heal. I guess that's why I tell it everything I feel. Yeah, the neighbors probably think that I finally lost my mind, whispering to shadows that the sunlit far behind, but they don't see the way the light catches on the dew. Like every silver beam is a path that leads to you. So I'm talking to the moon like it can hear my name, asking why the stars all look exactly the same. Are you looking up? Are you feeling cold? Are you holding on to stories that we never told? I'm sending out a signal to the great unknown, hoping that I'm not the only one who's all alone. Yeah, I'm talking to the moon, just a ghost in the light, trying to find my way back to you tonight. I shouted at the ocean, but it only pulled away. I begged the rising sun to let the morning stay, but the moon is constant, it's a mirror in the black, reflecting all the love that I can't ever take back. Can you hear me? Are you out there? Or am I just screaming at the empty air? I'm still talking to the moon like it can hear my name, even though I know that nothing's gonna stay the same. Are you looking up? Do you feel the cold? God, I'm haunted by the stories that we never told. I'm sending out a signal to the great unknown, hoping that I'm not the only one who's all alone. Yeah, I'm talking to the moon, just a ghost in the light, trying to find my way back to you. Just the moon and me, two lonely sailors in a big dark sea. I'll wave with the tide, I'll stay on this side, talking to the moon, talking to the moon. The floorboards groan under the weight of the dark. I'm shivering here, waiting for a spark, but the light bulb flickered out an hour ago. Now I'm left with the things that I don't wanna know. I used to reach down to check for a ghost. Now I'm terrified of what I miss the most. It's not a monster with claws or a hollow stare. It's the sound of your laughter still hanging in the air. I pull the sheets up high right past my chin, trying to keep the memory from sinking in. But the hardwood is porous, the shadows are deep, and I got promises that I couldn't keep. There are voices under my bed tonight, whispering why I didn't hold you tight. They sound like your hello and your I love you too, mixed with the goodbye that I never got through. The counting the heartbeats I wasted alone, building a graveyard out of this home. I'm paralyzed here in the threads of the spread, listening to the voices under my bed. One voice sounds like the night we stayed up late, planning a future we left up to fate. Another one echoes the slam of the door, and the way my heart shattered all over the floor. I try to drown them out with the hum of the fan, but they're louder than any logic or plan. They tell me I'm empty, they tell me I'm cold. They're telling us secrets we never got told. I'm staring at the ceiling, counting the cracks, wondering if there's a way to go back. But the floor is a canyon, a mile-wide gap, and I'm just a mouse caught in your trap. There are voices under my bed tonight, whispering why I didn't hold you tight. They sound like your hello and your I love you too, mixed with a goodbye that I never got through. The counting the heartbeats I wasted alone, building a graveyard out of this home. I'm paralyzed here in the threads of the spread, listening to the voices under my bed. You weren't enough, says the one in the corner. You're just a ghost, says the one who's a mourner. She's happier now, whispers the one by the wall, and that's the one that hurts most of all. Stop, just stop, let me sleep in the silence. But the memories are screaming with a quiet violence. There are voices under my bed tonight, and I finally lost the will to fight. They sound like your hello and your I love you too, and every single thing I'll never say to you. The counting the heartbeats I've wasted alone in this hollow kingdom of skin and bone. I'm paralyzed here in the threads of the spread, drowning in the voices under my bed. Go to sleep, just let me sleep. But I hear you, I still hear you under the bed, under my skin. Ooh. The record spins a circle in the dust, a needle scratching through the layers of rust. I'm wearing the suit that you said made me handsome. Now I'm held by a memory, held for a ransom. The kitchen's a stage and the lights are turned low. I'm waiting for footsteps I heard years ago. I hold out my arms to the space in the room and wait for the scent of your jasmine perfume. The clock on the mantle is frozen at 10. The moment the world didn't make sense again. I step to the left and I step to the right, but I'm the only heartbeat left in the night. And I'm dancing with your ghost in the middle of the floor, spinning through a house that's a home no more. I can almost feel your hand resting light on my sleeve, in this 3-minute dream where I don't have to grieve. We're swaying to a melody that nobody hears. I'm washing your shadow with a river of tears. It's a hollow embrace, but I won't let you go. I'm dancing with your ghost, and the tempo is slow. I whisper I'm sorry to the back of the air. I reach for a waist that's no longer there. I remember the way that you'd rest your head on the space near my heart where the fire was fed. Now I'm leading a partner who's made out of mist, chasing the ghost of the lips that I kissed. The floorboards are creaking, a mournful refrain, like they're trying to tell me I'm looking in vain. But the rhythm is steady, the rhythm is deep. It's the only promise I've managed to keep, to never stop moving, to never sit down until the last light leaves this ghost of a town. And I'm dancing with your ghost in the middle of the floor, spinning through a house that's a home no more. I can almost feel your hand resting light on my sleeve, in this 3-minute dream where I don't have to grieve. We're swaying to a melody that nobody hears. I'm washing your shadow with a river of tears. It's a hollow embrace, but I won't let you go. I'm dancing with your ghost, and the tempo is slow. The neighbors are watching, they think I've gone mad, twirling alone in the life that we had. But they don't see the gold in the way that you move. They don't feel the needle stuck in the groove. Let the world keep turning, let the sun come up. I'm still drinking the dregs from your half-empty cup. I'm not alone, I'm not alone. I'm just finishing the dance we started. Yeah, I'm dancing with your ghost in the middle of the floor, begging the universe for just 1 minute more. I can almost feel your hand resting light on my sleeve, in this 3-minute dream where I still believe. We're swaying to a melody that nobody hears. I'm drowning the carpet in a decade of tears. It's a hollow embrace, but I won't let you go. I'm dancing with your ghost, and the tempo is slow. To me, just me, I'm still leading, even if you're not following. I'm still leading. The asphalt's humming a bitter tune under the glow of a bruised and heavy moon. I've crossed 3 states and 100 lines, trying to leave all the wreckage behind. But the rearview mirror is a treacherous thing. It shows me the ghost of the diamond ring, and the way you looked when you turned away. In the driveway, dirt on that Tuesday in May. My gas tank is hovering on a prayer and a lie, just like the I love you started to die. I thought if I moved, I could outrun the sting, but the wind only whistles the songs that you sing. And now there's no distance left to run. I'm standing at the edge of everything we've done. I've burned through the miles and I've wasted the breath, trying to escape a love worked to death. My shoes are worn thin and my spirit is through. Every road I take leads me right back to you. I'm tired of the flight, I'm tired of the sun. There's no distance left to run. I stopped at a diner near the edge of the coast, ordered a coffee and a side of your ghost. The waitress had eyes that reminded me how you look at the world, but it's different now. I checked the odometer, saw what I'd spent, 3,000 miles wondering where to spark when you can change the scenery, change the whole view, but you can't change the heart that's still beating for you. The white lines are blurring like tears in the rain, a highway of static to dampen the pain. But the engine is smoking, the tires are bald, and I'm still waiting for the name that you called. And now there's no distance left to run. I'm standing at the edge of everything we've done. I've burned through the miles and I've wasted the breath, trying to escape the love worked to death. My shoes are worn thin and my spirit is through. Every road I take leads me right back to you. I'm tired of the flight, I'm tired of the sun. There's no distance left to run. I wanted to be 1,000 miles gone before the regret and the truth started on. But the map is a circle, the world is a cage, and I'm just a sentence stuck on your page. I can't drive fast enough, I can't hide well enough. I'm just done. I'm just done. Slow distance done to run. I'm folding my hands, yeah, the finish line won. I've burned through the miles and I've wasted the breath, just to find that your absence is a living death. My shoes are worn thin and my spirit is through. The only thing certain is the shadow of you. I'm tired of the flight, I'm tired of the sun. There's no distance left to run. I'm pulling over now, just letting the engine cool. just the silence in the truth. No distance left. No distance left. I'm folding the shirts you left on the chair, still catching the scent of your skin in the air. It's funny how objects stay perfectly still, while the people who own them move on against will. I'm guarding the porch that I'm watching the gate, but I'm starting to learn that it's already late. The garden is wilting, the summer is gray, and I'm just a witness as you drift away. I used to think hearts were like stones in the ground, and once they were settled they'd always be found. But they're more like the tide or a ship in the night, just passing through shadows on their way to the light. And it breaks me to know that all we love leaves like a ghost in the autumn, like the wind in the trees. We build up these walls just to watch the fall down. We're kings of a castle that's leaving this town. I held you so tight that my knuckles turn white, where you slipped through my fingers like swans in the night. It's a lesson in losing, a debt that we weave, that everything beautiful eventually leaves. Bella's grace on the bookshelf we stole, we sat, a gap in the rhythm of our casual chat. I steal in strangers, I heal in songs. I'm looking for places where forever belongs. What the map is a lie, the compass is broken, and the best parts it hurts are the parts left unspoken. I'm learning that loving is just letting go, a long quiet walk through a valley of snow. Yeah, the silence is heavy, the tea is gone cold. I feel in a weight of a head I can't hold. We're all just a moment, a flash in the dark, a temporary flames from a flickering spark. And it breaks me to know it all be lovely, like the gold in the autumn, like the wind in the trees. We build up these walls just to watch the fall now. We're kings of the castle, it's leaving this town. I held you so tight, down my knuckles turn white, but you slip through my fingers like stars in the night. It's a lesson in losing, a debt that we weave, that everything beautiful eventually leaves. Is there anything covenant, anything real? We just cross in a war made of steel. It's the sigh in the winter, the cool of the sleeves. We build up these altars just to watch them burn out until maybe it's all that we're thinking about. I held you so tight that my knuckles to the wire, but you're just another ghost lost in the light. It's a lesson in losing, a debt that we that everything beautiful, God, everything beautiful, God, everything beautiful. Eventually your key, but you took the whole